So,
Oh, great. Awesome. I'm glad you called me. Thank you so much.
where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania.
All right. How's the weather there today?
It is actually we got some rain going on here in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania, but other than that, it's good.
Awesome. Awesome.
Good.
What can I help you out with today?
You know what? I've been following you for probably about 3 weeks, and what made me start following you is I was one of those people that got beat by one of those gurus. I was able to get my money back, which was
Okay,
$3.
just do me a favor. Don't use names because
Okay, I would never use names. I do
No, I
understand.
know, but it's
okay. Well, to go beyond that, I am actually one of the things that I was able to do is I was able to actually follow the PPS, and I've been also in the wholesaling free class. So
Okay.
I've been following little by little by little by little, because my thing is, if you don't have, like you were just speaking about, if you don't have a plan together, you're kind of all over the place. And I like and I like to be organized. So, you know, one of the things I did is following that PPS is they talk about like building a team of where the actual your team is the attorney, the title company, and the realtor. And
That's
I
it.
had went through, so I think that's like maybe step 4, and I think it states on there like don't come back until you have the probate list. And it took me actually 3 weeks to get that probate list. I actually sent a letter to one of the commissioners.
Uh-oh.
I know you told me. I mean, it tells you on there how to basically get it. So I actually sent a little note, and I got it like within a couple hours. So I'm able to actually pull the probate list. They actually showed me, and I'm so surprised. But here's the thing, Rick.
Yeah.
There's another video out there where I actually seen you pull from PropStream's the probate list. Would you say the list from the city courthouse would be better than the PropStream?
So you're probably talking about the pre-probates within PropStream, correct?
I believe so.
Okay. So here's the difference. The best data is always going to come from your local county, like hands down, because that's where that's where the family goes and files the legal paperwork. It is, they own the information. Everybody else is a secondary source. So everybody understands all your information when it comes to like legal documents, stuff like that, it's always going to derive from your county. So if you can get it from your county, it's always the best. There's challenges. As I said, there's over 3,600 counties. I can't study them all and like give everybody a cheat sheet. I wish I could, but that would be my full-time job. So understanding that information is the best. And if you have success with it, go with it. People like to use the pre-probates within PropStream because every property doesn't actually go into probate. Sometimes they're in a trust. Like in the state of Florida, if I'm not getting to like the legal part of it, but I am, is if you have like a joint tenants with the rights of survivorship, you can actually file a petition. It's a summary of administration to take that property out of probate. And it's just a notification, and it comes out really quickly. And if you're not paying attention, you'll miss it in the docket. And so pre-probate, so like trust, there's certain things that are set up. They don't have to go through probates, but somebody still died. And a lot of times that's an opportunity to help people out and get the house sold. So the pre-probates is a good sweep. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't do it every month. We do it once or twice a quarter. But like that really is designed. Here's the truth of how it's designed. Hats off to PropStream because they're the only ones I know that do it. It's for the real estate investor who just wants to get started, that doesn't want to go to a courthouse. They don't want to do any of that stuff. They're a one-man or one-woman army, and they go, listen, what's the fastest way I can get the probates? Let me just give it a shot right now. It's like a wide-open blanket list. It's kind of like a shotgun approach. It's not perfect, but I'm telling you, we've gotten deals off that stuff we wouldn't get at the courthouse. The problem is if you do them both, you're kind of cross-pollinating. So you have to kind of decide which way you want to do it. Maybe twice a year you pull that pre-probate and just hit them up, But I wouldn't do it every month and do the courthouse. It's number one, it's too much work. And number two, you're just going to be like all over the board. So whichever one fits your style. But remember, the courthouse stuff, you're getting that information immediately. If they file the day before and you get it online or there, you got first shot at it. And that's the advantage of it. The stuff that's going to go through a third-party data service like PropStream or Batch or any of them, you're going to be behind the ball 30 to 60, if not 90 days.
Okay.
And you understand that. Does that make sense?
Yes, and I wanted to say, I was not, I would have never known what to actually say if I would have never studied the information that you had provided for me. So I was really laughing. I was like,
I know that product I created a long time ago, that there was no like pre-probate. So it doesn't even speak of it because it's more of a technology thing. So pre-probates within PropStream, all it does is take someone that owns a property in that county and there's a death certificate for that person.
Okay.
That's it. That's all you got. Now, I will tell you that just points you in the direction where there could be opportunity. And so many people go, well, Rick, that list isn't perfect. No, it's not. The vacant list isn't perfect either. So they have like a vacant list. So the neat thing about PropStream is you got the vacant list, you got the pre-probate list. And honestly, if like I'm getting started, I'm just trying to talk to as many people as I can. Right. So like, if you don't want to go through all that work and go down to the courthouse, it's actually a good point. A lot of people go, well, $97 for listaria.com. Like, that's a lot of money. I go, how much do you think an employee costs? It costs you thousands of dollars per month. $97 is like having an army going out there and working for you. I used to pay $3,000 a month for all this information. We get $97. And guys, I actually have a subscription. That's why I recommend it. I honestly, I use it. That's why we teach it. We're comfortable with it. We use it in our business. I used it for years before I even recommended it. I'm like, okay, let me see if this is going to work.
Okay.
And people who know me, that's like how nobody calls me up. Hey, can you pitch this? I'm like, I don't do that. I don't have a coaching program. I don't need you to do that. So what else you got?
Okay, so with the attorney, the title company, and the realtor being in place, can I actually start without that being in place? I did speak with a title company today, and I was able to get that in place. But the attorney, I went out there. I wasn't able. I went through, like, how you go out there, and I think you could get like a free consultation to see if the attorney will fit. So I did that today. So I mean, it's like, I'm at the point that's the only thing is actually, I don't know if that would be the only thing that's stopping me, because I don't have the attorney and I don't have the realtor in place. Do I need that in place before I can start?
Affirmative. No, Rissa. Is it Rissa or Risa?
It's Rissa.
Okay, Rissa. I got it. Because it's like R-I, like Rick. So we're on the same page here. Is your last name really Love?
No, actually, that Rissa Love is my grandbaby.
Oh, okay. Okay.
My name is Diane.
Okay, that's fine. So I want you to know, like, we're gonna put PPS to bed here. Is the idea was to go extensively to teach you how to really. I gotta tell you guys, for 2 years, I dove so deep in the probates and made so much money. Honestly, I almost stopped all my other wholesale operations because the average wholesaler in my area is making 5 to 10 grand, and I was making like 35. I'm like, well, why don't I just keep doing these? They're a little bit more energy, but like I had a lot of free time. So that's when I started exploring, like, the perfect life for me is work 5 hours a week and do what I really love. And probates really was the gateway, kind of like what was the gateway for me to get there. And that's why it's so successful. I will tell you, the highest skill set you'll always have in wholesaling is connecting with people. Okay. If you can prepare yourself along the way, great. I don't want you to sit there and meet with every person, get everything perfect before you go out and do a deal, because you're never going to do a deal. So what I need you to do is here's my question for you. Ready for this?
Yes.
How many people have you talked to in probate?
I haven't spoken with anyone. I just started the actual
So
studying.
if I was your coach or I
Okay.
was your mentor, or like I am for free anyways, because I'm here live with you. And and for the record, have I charged you anything? Have I asked you for a credit card? Am I
No.
backdooring you with some like crazy offer? No,
No.
right?
No.
Okay. I would tell you, Rissa, is you need to start calling people and just having conversations. Okay. You're not going to be perfect at it. The title company is probably the most important part. Understanding your probates and talking to the attorney and kind of in that order is how I would take it down. That the product that you're looking at is a comprehensive, like meaning, like I always tell you, just start calling and talking to people, because Rissa, what happens if somebody asks you a question and you don't know the answer? What are you going to tell them on a probate? So you talk.
One of the things I did, I have the actual script in front of me, and I have the, and I do have the objectives. So I'm kind of like prepared for that part of it. And I would like to say that, you know, with a lot of the training and everything, it kind of prepares you for what to say.
Okay.
So does that make sense, Rick?
Correct. But listen, what if I asked you some complicated legal question and I'm on the phone with a potential seller? How are you going to respond to it? And you don't know the answer. What are you going to say?
I'm going to say I'm going to have to consult my attorney.
My team.
My team.
You're going to freak them out with an attorney because they're already working with an attorney. See, remember, you got to make this very personable. So I can tell you're a personable person.
Oh.
You've got to take that God-given ability that makes you special. If you like, most people get in wholesaling because they actually enjoy connecting with people. So I'm hoping that's why you're here, especially with probates, because if you've ever had a family member pass away or anybody, it's terrible. It's the most traumatic event I think you can go through in life. It's terrible. Nobody wants to do it, but it's life. And if you can be a compassionate, kind, caring, loving person and help guide them through it, that's your job. You're basically the guide to get them through it. I don't want you to go to law school. I don't want you to go get like bonded for a title company and all this. It would take you 20 years to do all this stuff. Just guide them. And they go, listen, when I don't know the answer, you know what? I go, but my partner, my team, let me get that exact information because I want to give you really good information.
Thank you.
And just kind of keep moving forward with that conversation. Have you ever had a kid where you actually don't have the answer and you're like, you know, I love you so much. I'm going to reach out to some good friends that really know this stuff, and we're going to figure a way to get you through it. So can you just give me like a couple hours here?
Oh, sure.
That's all you did. Most people in probate, here's how I got so good. They lie to them. Oh, no, that's perfectly normal. No, I get it all the time. It's complicated. I don't want to go through law school. I don't want to go get a title company. I don't want to do any of that stuff. I just want to help you out. And if I got to wait for the deal, I'll wait for the deal.
Okay.
Here's what I'm going to give you a little hard love here. You got to go out and start just contacting people, because that's the skill set you need to learn. And just remember, your highest and best skill set as a wholesaler is connecting with people.
Sure.
And that's where you put most of your energy. When you have spare time, oh, I'm going by the title company. Let me talk to them. So when I get a probate, I'm ready to go. Now, what happens is you call someone, they go, listen, I'm ready to go. I love what you're doing. I want to get rid of this house. Let's move forward. What are you going to say?
I'm going to say, basically, give me a few hours. I'll get right.
Yes, absolutely. Let's work together. I would love to help you out. Let me just get some information for you, and I'm going to get with my team, put some paperwork together for you. What's the best time we can connect? So if you're meeting with them on the phone or you're meeting in person, do not wait for all the answers, because you're not going to get them. It took me 5 years to completely understand probates. I'm honestly, I did 100 deals in my first like year and a half. And if I waited till I had all the information, I'd probably still be waiting. And this is the biggest problem you see in wholesaling is people just, this is not like schooling. So we all went to traditional schooling. I wasn't the greatest student. Okay. But you actually learn more by doing stuff and being taught. Let me ask you this. Would you go to a seminar as a kid to learn how to ride a bike? It's impossible. Like you can't.
I don't know.
Let me ask you: who taught you how to ride a bike?
I think it was my older sister.
Okay. And how much time did she put in with you?
As much time as I needed, because my mother said that she had to watch over me.
Okay. Were you scared?
I was scared because they always made me like, they always put me up on this high horse, like, you better do it. You better do it.
And did you get some cuts and bruises doing it?
Yeah, I did get some on my legs and I was crying.
Welcome to wholesaling. This is your $10,000 course. I'm telling you, you got to get cuts and bruises. You got to talk to people. And here's the thing is, they're not going to hurt you. And I love that you're studying and you want to be educated, but I'm here to tell you, in wholesaling and in business in general, you have to do first and learn as you go, because that's how you lock it neurologically to understand the concept. Okay. Mm-hmm. This is why I didn't do well in school. All I did was get seminars all day.
Okay.
And it's like when it got to it, I had to actually practice something. You got to do it. Let me ask you, do you think you could learn CPR in just a seminar format where you sat in a room with 300 people? You probably, what happens if someone fell down in front of you and did CPR? I'd freak. Listen, I'm nervous about it all the time. I don't know how to do CPR, and like, I got to figure out how to do it. Mm-hmm. My daughter's a nurse, for God's sakes. I'm like, she's like, hey, you got to learn some classes. I'm like, you're right. Because if somebody fell down, I wouldn't know what to do. Now, I've watched programs, but that's not reality. And it's really challenging. It's a lot of training and doing it. So it's like, you have to just get on the bike and just start going, and you're going to fall a little bit. It's okay. And by the way, I don't want you just doing probates. I want you to go find some nice, ugly houses and just talk to people. The highest skill set in wholesaling is connecting with people. Well, the rest is nothing more than a math problem. That's it, guys.
Okay, well, I do want to let you know that I do have another possible deal on the table.
All right.
This deal is basically, I went out and found a place, and the cash buyers is going to be meeting with the realtor this coming Sunday. But here is the thing: the realtor was not very educated when it comes to wholesaling. So they basically said to me that they did not want to use my contract. And the way they want to write it up is they want to write it up from agent to the cash buyer and kind of leave me out. So here's the good thing about that, Rick. I would, if I didn't know the cash buyer, which I know the cash buyer in this situation, so I don't have to worry about getting paid. There would be no way that I would allow this deal to go through, because the agent basically said to me in their own terms, I don't know why you're bringing me, I don't know why you bought me this deal, because I don't see where you're going to get paid. And I know, like, when, you know, being being an investor, you got to have thick skin. And I said, okay, you know what, that's okay. This is a lesson that I learned, you know. So this coming Sunday, like I said, the cash buyer is going to meet with the agent. I'm pretty sure that it's going to be a nice deal, but I do want to let you know that I won't be going through the actual process of like assigning it to the actual cash buyer, because the realtor does not want that. So
no, I got it. So just, you know, realtors is that's another nuance of like wholesaling, and I have to deal with it all the time because I deal with a lot of realtors. But it's listen, I just always look for the win-win situation, because the realtors, most of the realtors you deal with, at least with wholesalers, they just the reality is like, why should you make 10 grand when I'm only making like 2,000 on it? It's not fair. I get this all the time. I'm like, I don't know if your mama didn't tell you life's not fair to begin with. You can't tell them that, but that's how you feel. And you have to just sugarcoat them and just like, okay, listen, most realtors at the end of the day, they want to know if they're getting paid their commission. That's all they care about.
Okay.
And that's it. So from a wholesaler side, if you can solve that and there's money in the deal and they're actually getting paid, that's all you got to solve with them. The rest of the stuff, let them feel like they won.
Okay.
You know, because you're never going to convince, not every realtor, but 98% of the realtors out there, you're never going to convince them like wholesaling's good. It's that you are the enemy. NAR has taught them we are the enemy. Like, just let them, like, just move on. All you can be is a good person to them. And all I say, listen, you're getting your full commission. And they go, okay. That's what they usually say to me. Okay. Because they want to fight. And I like, that's honestly, if it's really bad, just don't do business with them and you move on. So
I won't be doing business with them, but I still wanted to leave it on the.
I know you got to get the deal.
I gotta leave it on a good note.
Okay.
Okay. Thank you so much.
Okay. You have a wonderful Memorial